Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
How's your day going?
Going good. Thank you again.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Really, guys?
What? Jackson's always had those game ready.
Let's go!
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Boise State football wide receiver Ben Ford. I've had to face some setbacks on the field this past season, but toughness isn't about staying down. It's about getting back up. I am proud to represent Lithia Ford of Boise, where you can find the largest selection of Ford trucks that are built tough and, like me, handle the hits and keep pushing forward. Come check out the incredible inventory and competitive pricing at Lithia Ford of Boise. And when you buy here, you're not just getting a truck, you're supporting Boise State athletics and Lithia Ford NIL partnerships. Come see us at Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News. Game time is approaching, and we're getting you ready with the latest pregame news, interviews, analysis, and more from BNN. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Have a pregame score prediction or comment? Let us know in the ICCU YouTube chat or leave us a message on the Signature Roofing voice box at speakpipe.com/BNN. The BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise and our major sponsors Jackson's, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, roadpaint.com, and the Blue and Orange store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Broadcasting from the Sun Cruiser Studios, here's BJ Rains with the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show on Bronco Nation News.
Well, good evening from ExtraMile Arena, where the blue shirts are out for the blue out. We'll see if the students show up and use them all, but it's close to a sellout crowd expected as Boise State honors their 4 seniors tonight and plays the final major sporting event as a member of the Mountain West Conference here in the city of Boise. More importantly, the Broncos trying to win their 4th game in a row as they keep rolling and keep the momentum going towards that conference tournament. My name's BJ Rains. Battling a little bit of a cold tonight, Abe, so I went extra safe, got the mask
Appreciate
on.
That.
Nothing's wrong. I'm fine, but just don't want to get you or anybody else sick right before the conference tournament, so figured be extra safe and be the weirdo wearing a mask tonight. But
all good.
Boise State, Abe, some great battles with San Diego State. I mentioned the Mountain West thing. I mean, keeping the momentum going. I mean, so many storylines tonight.
A lot of storylines. And it's like these two teams are playing for something completely different right now, too. I mean, the Broncos are playing for seeding and playing for momentum and playing to, get all the little kinks worked out before the tournament. San Diego State, they are playing for their NCAA lives. I mean, this is a true road game. I believe it's a quad 1 with how it is, and so it will be a huge win for San Diego State. So kind of what's on the line is a little bit different between both of these teams.
No doubt, and depending on what bracketologists you look at, San Diego State's either last team in, first couple teams out. Like this is in terms of the big picture of the season, certainly a bigger game for San Diego State, and they've lost 3 out of the last 4. They've lost their last 2 road games at Colorado State, lost a tough one on Saturday at New Mexico. I know it's going to be a big crowd, but they just had that a couple days ago at New Mexico, so I don't know if they'll necessarily be getting rattled tonight, but they are in desperation mode for sure, which may not necessarily be a good thing.
No, I mean, they are needing a win. And when you take a look at these seasons, I mean, I think both of these teams, if you ask them and if someone was completely honest, they would say we're disappointed in how this season's gone. A Boise State and a San Diego State. I mean, I think San Diego State technically can get a share or maybe win outright the regular season, and be that 1 seed. But I don't think it's really gone the way that they thought it was going to go either. I don't know. They were either unanimous number 1 or maybe all but one vote. So they were by far the heavy favorites to win this conference. And so I think both teams. The season's turned out a little different than they thought it would before the ball got tipped at the beginning of the season.
Is momentum and how you're playing going into the conference tournament, is that overrated? Is that a talking point when you're a team that's in the bottom part of the standings where it's like, oh, we're feeling good, we've won a couple in a row, or is there something to that? And how big are these 2 games this week for Boise State heading into the conference tournament?
Momentum in a tournament, I think, is huge. I mean, I don't want to put it up there as better than, being a good team, but I mean, take a look at a New Mexico team. It was 2 or 3 years ago when they had Jalen House. They had to play on Wednesday. He just completely blew everyone out of the water with his offense, including Boise State. New Mexico is the one who knocked Boise State out. And so, during the regular season, they weren't good enough to get a bye, but then they had all the momentum. They had a player that could get extremely hot, and they ended up winning the entire tournament. So when you go and you got to play game after game after game in a tournament, getting hot and having the confidence is just about as important as anything.
He's Abe Jackson. You'll hear him coming up with Bob Beeler in about 22 minutes over on 670 KBOI, the Bronco Radio Network. By the way, the clock indicates that the senior night festivities are going to start around 6:50. So if you're watching us over at the James or somewhere in the parking lot, tailgating or wherever, get in here early because the senior night stuff's going to start about 6:50. Dylan says Jordan flu game for BJ. No, I don't have the flu. It's just a slight cold, but if that's what it takes to help fire everybody up, we'll do it. But just trying to be extra cautious. Last thing I want to do is hear that a player or coach or Abe or somebody is sick next week.
I appreciate that.
I probably didn't need to do it, but I'm just being extra safe here. But with that said, Abe, that triple overtime game back in January when Boise State played, their hearts out, so many opportunities to win that game. Frankly, should have won that game. You had the whole Jeremiah Odin fouling out and then hits a huge 3 in triple overtime when they messed up the fouls. You had, Andrew Meadow get fouled, the 3/4 court shot that wasn't called, the NATO 5th foul from the ref under the basket. I mean, and obviously R.J. Keane with the huge mistake on the inbound. I mean, so many
Dylan Andrews with a chance to win it in the first overtime.
No, that was regulation. Yeah,
right.
That would have been the most amazing down 20 in the second half walk-off win of all time.
That game was probably one of the most emotional roller coaster games. We've been in games before with overtimes and double and triples, and they're always, you're emotional and you're invested in those games. But the way that we got to those overtimes, my goodness, down 20, looked like you couldn't do anything to stop San Diego State or even score. And then you get it tied with plenty of time left. It was like 7 or 8 minutes left when you tied it. So you came down back from 20 in like 13 minutes, and then the triple overtime. that was about as emotional of a roller coaster of a game as I've ever been involved with.
And how much do you think that led to the next 3 games that they lost? Because you look at this season as a whole, Abe, I was saying it the last couple of days on my morning show, you take out that 2-week stretch, and even if you go 2-2 in that 4-game losing streak, you're probably in San Diego State's spot right there on the bubble. I mean, it would be a much different season. And they've had a pretty good season. They just had 4 really, a rough 10-day stretch there. How much do you think the emotions of losing that game carried over to the next couple?
Well, my first thought was that the San Diego State loss carried over into the Grand Canyon game here, and then he got blown out. But then the second time we see Grand Canyon and the same thing happens, I think they're just not a great matchup for us. I don't know if they're 20 points better than us on a regular day, but I think it had an effect on this team. And then when you add up the loss after loss after loss and another overtime against UNLV, I mean, that was a really rough stretch. But, I mean, credit these guys. They came and put a stretch out of their own, and granted, they have dominated the bottom half of the league. They've struggled against the top half of the league. You have a chance here to get a huge win, to build that momentum, and also move up in the standings against a team that's in the top half.
All right, let's briefly talk about these 4 seniors. And the interesting one is R.J. Keane, who sounds like he's trying to get a waiver. And were you at the banquet the other night? Okay, his mom posted his video, and I should have asked her if I could have just played the whole thing, because he had a comedy routine up there when he was speaking to the group, and he said that he was waiting on the waiver for the 6th year, and he said, as is every bar owner in Boise, waiting for him. He made a joke, but they're hopeful that R.J. Keane is going to get another year. But as of now, that hasn't officially happened. He will go through the senior night festivities tonight. But what do you make of R.J. Keane's career here?
It was a career that I don't think that he expected for himself coming out of high school. He was a big-time scorer, I think over 2,500 points out of the Woodlands in Texas. And then he got here and he redshirted, and then he got hurt. And then the team just needed a little something different from him. And he mentioned that in his speech, too, that he really gravitated towards that do-anything type of guy. So I think you can really credit him for changing his mindset about his game, changing his mindset and how he approaches games for what the team needed, and be completely different really than what he was in high school.
All right, Javen Buchanan, 2-year guy, major contributor. Leon said, hey, he's just ashamed that fans haven't really got to see the full version of him because of injuries and things, but he's had a heck of a last 3 games here, 18 points in the second half the other night in Fresno. What do you make of the 2 years from Javen Buchanan coming from NAIA to Division I? And he was telling us yesterday he turned down Texas Tech and from what I've heard, significantly more money to want to come here at Boise State. He's had an impactful 2 years here and a chance for him to have a really impactful one here the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and, Javen, the first thing I want to say is that he's probably one of the nicest guys to be around. When he interviews with us, when you see him on the road, on the bus or whatever, I mean, he's always nice, friendly. And as a guy that, they don't have to talk to me and Bob unless we're interviewing him, always is very nice. So I really appreciate that from Javen. But just his versatility in scoring. I mean, he can step out and shoot the 3. We saw him dominate inside in that second half against Fresno. Nobody could stop him. He's shooting a phenomenal percentage from the free throw line as well. So when I think of Javen Buchanan, I think of a great dude and then also versatile offensive player.
Now, Missing Piece says he got some inside information on Dom Parolin tonight. Going to be posting a 15 and 10 stat line from what I've heard. If that script is out there somewhere, that would be quite the – Leon would take that right now, I'm sure. But Dom Parolin, redshirted last year, has been a key contributor off the bench for this team.
He's been exactly what this Bronco team needs from that 5 or maybe even the 4 position if him and Fielder are out there. He's not going to do anything that just blows you out of the water, but you take a look at his stat line like at Fresno. I think it was 7 points and 9 rebounds in the game, and he played 14 or 15 minutes. I mean, his rebounds per minute, I would say, has to be up there as some of the tops in the country because he doesn't play huge minutes, but always seems to be either the top or the second top of the best rebounder in the game.
And the 4th senior tonight, Dylan Andrews, and obviously up and down season at times, got off to a little bit of a rough start, but he's had some big-time games here, and down the stretch, he could be a major factor.
You want to talk about a guy who has matured in his role with this team. I know he's an older player, but maturing in his role with what the Broncos need. A completely different looking player in the shots that he takes, in how he plays, the defense that he plays from the beginning of the season to now. And, that's hard to do. That's really hard to do. 3 years at one university where they have you do a certain thing, and then you come somewhere else, they say, we need you to kind of adjust your entire game that you've done for the last 3 years of your life. And you've seen it in the second half of the conference season. I think Dylan Andrews has taken huge steps.
Robbie Robinson, yes, he must have joined us late. R.J. Keane will go through the senior night festivities, but they're hopeful he's going to get another year. But just in case you don't want to rob him with that moment, he'll go through it tonight. But yes, hopefully, I think a student manager is going to be going through it as well. So 6:50 be in your seats is when the ceremony starts. All right, Abe, final couple quick things for you. I mean, that great game, triple overtime. At one point, Boise State was down like 25 points and then made the huge comeback in the second half. What did San Diego State do aside from just feed off that crowd there at Viejas? Well, what did they do? What did Boise State not do to fall behind by 20 plus? And then what flipped in the second half?
Well, it was really just one team was really hot in the first half, and then Boise State got hot in the second. Buchanan starts hitting a bunch of threes. San Diego State starts to get cold, and then the Broncos, once they had a little momentum, really just fed off that crowd as well. And the Broncos have played well in Viejas. I mean, it's rare that there's been a blowout there. I think one about 2 or 3 years ago there was, but other than that, the Broncos have played well in that building.
And they're 7-4 in their last 11 overall. I mean, this has been a great rivalry, a lot of great games, but as Brian Dutcher has called it, a healthy rivalry. I mean, you saw Brian Dutcher talking to some of the Boise State players while they're warming up. It seems like a rivalry with a lot of respect and some great games between these two teams.
I think so. I think these coaches have a lot of respect for each other. The programs are two of the winningest in the Mountain West. You have two of the longest tenured coaches in the Mountain West as well. And Dutcher was also with Steve Fisher as an assistant, so Dutcher's been around for a really long time with San Diego State. So I would say that some of the most memorable games in over the years that's been in the Mountain West have been San Diego State, Boise State.
All right, Abe, for Boise State to extend this streak to 4 in a row here and take a ton of momentum to Colorado State on Saturday, what needs to happen?
Well, they need to handle the offense from San Diego State, which is kind of weird to say. I mean, they're having one of their best years that they've had in a very, very long time scoring the ball. They're not as good defensively, but you're going to have to handle a lot of aggression inside. They have big, aggressive guys inside, and then they also have athletes out on the wing. So it's really a team that you look at them and you say, I can understand why they were almost unanimously picked as the number one team in the conference. A ton of guys coming back. And so the Broncos are just going to have to play a good game. There's not one thing. You're going to have to rebound well, play defense, and score the ball.
I would say the defense we saw against Fresno holding them to 53 points. I mean, Collins not playing was a big part of that.
Big.
Somebody's asking about Peanut playing.
He's out there warming up.
He was out here warming up. It sounds like he's going to play, but I think the defense will be a huge key tonight.
It's going to be huge. I mean, this is a different San Diego State team in the past. I mean, if you could hold San Diego State, they'll probably score about 60 points or so, but they'd hold you to maybe 52. This San Diego State team, they can get up into the 70s.
Well, Abe, we appreciate it, man. We'll let you get ready for your broadcast. I
got one more thing.
Yes.
For anybody who was listening to my interview at Fresno State, I want to apologize. I went on and watched it afterwards. That sounded awful. I don't know what happened.
It didn't sound as bad to me. I don't know what happened on that one.
Man, I was watching it. You could barely hear me, so I want to say sorry to everybody who had to go through that.
Well, I appreciate you trying to make it work. It was not your fault at all.
No.
I should have been at Fresno, so that's not on you.
All good, but I listened to it and I was like, man, that is hard to listen to for a couple minutes.
That's not on you at all, man. We appreciate you trying to make it work. Coach Rice couldn't hear us either, and neither could. It was a crap show on the post-game show anyway, so right. Appreciate you, man. Good luck on the call. There he is. Abe Jackson, appreciate him as always for joining us. Okay, we're going to get the Keane parents on here pretty soon, I think, and knock it out. Always appreciate when the Keane family is nice enough to join us. Get your score predictions in. Where are you watching from? Let us know. Richard Keane is going to join us. We got Sarah Keane as well. I only have one microphone, though, so we'll have to figure out how we're going to do that. But we'll thank a couple sponsors here. If you got a question for Mr. or Mrs. Keane, let us know here. We're hoping to talk to Javen Buchanan's dad as well. Got a couple of comments coming in that the Cruisers are flowing in Indiana. Is this game live tonight? Not on here. We cannot air the game tonight. The game is going to be on CBS Sports Network. Rich Waltz and Dan Dickow on the call tonight. Rich Waltz, Dan Dickow on the call tonight. There we go. Cruisers flowing in Indiana. Congratulations to all the seniors. No doubt about it. Lithia Ford of Boise Truck Month. We appreciate Lithia Ford of Boise, our title sponsor. Lithia Ford of Boise. Check them out online at lithiafordboise.com. Lithia Ford Boise. You can view their full inventory of vehicles online. lithiafordboise.com. Sun Cruiser. Pick up a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Perfect night on senior night here to have a couple Sun Cruisers. Sun Cruiser. We appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News. Sarah Keane is going to come join us here. ICCU, Idaho Central Credit Union. Sean, hold on. ICCU online, Idaho Central Credit Union. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. And we appreciate Idaho Central Credit Union for their support of Bronco Nation News. And Jackson's 75-cent fountain drink at Jackson's. If the Broncos score 75 points tonight, you can get a 75-cent fountain drink. Well, I only got one microphone, so we can pass it back and forth maybe. We'll go back and forth. I only got one microphone. We'll start with Mrs. Keane here. Sarah Keane, there you are. Show us the jersey here. That is awesome. Look at that. Oh, I had you muted there. There we go. That is unbelievable.
What do you think?
That is awesome. That is awesome.
And a little bling.
There you go.
Leg.
There you go.
We got it.
Sarah Keane, we appreciate you for coming on. Like I said, a slight cold, so I'm being extra safe here with the mask. But what's this night like for you? And maybe right off the bat, can you clear it up for us? How are you guys feeling about another year of eligibility? And does that change kind of your emotions going into tonight?
Yeah, definitely. We hope that he gets that extra year for sure. And it makes us, because, we just did this in the fall with our daughter. And I was saying earlier today how that one pulled some emotion for us for sure, because we knew the finality of it. And we called it a retirement party, right? This one we're hoping is just the beginning of the next round.
Now, I did watch your video. I mentioned this earlier. You posted your video to your Facebook of RJ's speech the other night.
Oh.
I mean, I almost asked if I could just play it for everybody because it was hilarious, but I enjoyed the part about how every bar owner in town was hoping for the
I saw you
the extra year as well.
AJ.
But,
that's because he brings a crowd, not because he's participating.
Of course.
I want to clarify that for everybody.
Yes. Everybody likes RJ.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's kind of who RJ is, right? A fun guy that everybody likes. I mean, just talk about RJ as a person. I think fans feel like they've gotten to know him pretty well with the interviews and things he's done. But obviously he's a fan favorite here that maybe sometimes isn't the leading scorer or shows up as much in the stat sheet and the points, but obviously is a big contributor and a big fan favorite around here.
Yeah, and he brings it to the family, too, as far as the dynamic is concerned, because all three of our kids have different personalities. And RJ, of course, brings in the comedy. And his sister and brother, they appreciate that. They all love him. And they're all so very different. But RJ is a person, you can tell how much he loves what he's doing here. And he fully, truly loves it, believes in it. And that's why he is so heartfelt about supporting Boise and being a part of the system here, too.
What has this year been like for you, traveling around to all your different kids' games and things? You're soaking this in, it seems like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because those of you that don't know, all three of ours play. And this
three Division I athletes. Pretty impressive.
Right. And when Sophia retired, that month of November, prior to her retiring, I was home 8 days.
Wow.
8, because our youngest, of course, plays for Montana State, which he'll be playing here in Boise starting Sunday with the Starch Madness. So come out and support Montana State and RJ's little brother.
There you go.
And then, of course, going to RJ's games and Howie's games. And it's been a blast, though. And we know this is a short period of time in our lives, and we're enjoying every minute of it.
And I guess final thing for you, and then we'll get your husband in here for a minute. But just what's it been like for you as a mom to see RJ, become the player, the person that he has been over the last 5 years?
I love it. And I will say, all of this existed prior to him coming here as well. He did everything and anything. You saw some of the videos that they played about him to win, right? And I used to say to the kids when they were little, okay, how can you make everybody else better? And they all embraced it. And he does here what he did in high school. And it's so fun to watch that he's still building on it. And that's why his teammates love him. That's why the fans love him. And, of course, we love him.
Well, we appreciate you. Would you mind switching seats with your husband so we can chat with him for a minute? Thank you so much. And we hope, I say on behalf of Bronco Nation, we hope to see you back here next year. We appreciate Mrs. Keane for jumping on. We're going to switch here and appreciate Richard Keane for joining us as well. Richard, sorry we only had the one microphone here. How we doing?
We're good, brother. How are you?
What's this like for you? I was talking to your wife. I mean, you guys are hopeful to get the next year or the extra year. Are you pretty confident that's going to happen?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, a lot of guys playing NBA are trying to come back. I mean, he had a red shirt and a medical red shirt. It makes no sense how that wouldn't. I think that's pretty.
So is this not a real emotional night for you, I guess? You're expecting to be doing this again next year?
I would hope so. But, in the climate nowadays, you never know, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt. What's it been like for you watching RJ, as I mentioned, with your wife, just become the player and the person he's been, over his career here?
Oh, it's been awesome. Coming in, red shirt and the medical red, and then kind of battling and trying to find his way onto the court, and then really kind of taking on a role just to get on the court.
Yeah.
And then embracing that. And then what I really like this year, though, is you're seeing kind of his offensive skills. And it stinks because the whole flu piece kind of put a little halt to that, because he was really, I thought, playing some of his best basketball before that went down.
Lost 13 pounds?
Yeah, and then, that first game back was tough, but then he got his legs back, and now I think he's back in it. And hopefully he gets that same rhythm offensively that he had. I think defensively and the other stuff's there, but hopefully we continually see him shooting that nice jumper, because it started looking a lot more fluid. And
yeah. Well, he's not hesitating. He's just letting him fly, right?
It looks so good. I was so proud of him. I mean, he should have been doing that all along. And
yeah. I was going to say, what's that been like as a dad? Because we always talk about it, 2,500 plus points in high school. I mean, that was obviously his big thing. How much of a challenge has that been as a dad? Sure, you like to see him rebound and defend and take charges and all that kind of stuff, but obviously he knows how to score, and trying to get that out of him the last couple of years. What's that been like for you as a dad?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, I still love everything else he does, because RJ, for him, and all the coaches, fans know him, he's a team-first guy. If he felt like scoring would benefit the team, he would do it. I mean, I think he feels like, we got a couple of good scorers in Meadow and Buchanan. He's all about just finding the right play, the right pass. And I know last year he passed up a lot of shots that this year he's finally taken and taken advantage of it. And yeah, that's awesome, dude. With another year under his belt, he's going to be even better.
Now, I think a lot of people know this, but you obviously played at Illinois. You were an elite scorer and shooter at Illinois yourself. We always had to joke about who would win, you and Abe Jackson in a three-point, shooting contest. But what's it been like for you just to have three kids playing Division I sports? And we were talking about how crazy it's been for your wife trying to soak all this in and travel around. And you travel a lot for work, so I know it's been a little tougher for you. But what's this run been like for you as a dad?
It's tough, for a parent. I don't think people realize it. It's not like we sit at these games, sit back and relax. It's it's stressful because you want them to do well, right? And I don't know, put you on the edge and the travel piece and trying to keep up. But you just got to look in perspective that how awesome it is, like you said, to have 3 Division I athletes. Try to sit back and enjoy it and take it in, because it goes quick. Obviously, RJ, this is his 5th, and he'll get a 6th year, but it goes quick. Howie's a freshman. Sophia just wrapped up her volleyball career. So, yeah, it's been amazing. So we're trying to enjoy it, but it is a little nerve-wracking trying to watch these games and hopefully they do well.
Now, they did the research, Jeff Grammer at the Albuquerque Journal. RJ is the only player in the Mountain West Conference going through senior night this week that's at his first school.
Yeah, I would think so.
For him to stick through it and maybe not get the playing time early, maybe not get the NIL money, maybe be homesick, whatever. For him to stick it out here, and I'm not asking for any definitive things about, if he'll for sure be back here next year, but just to stick it out 5 years at one place in this climate, how much extra does that make you proud of him?
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, it's a rare these days. Back when I played, you play where you go to school at, right? If you transferred, it had to be something that made you want to sit out a year and stick it out. Nowadays, kids don't have that leisure. And RJ's, he battled through some tough times and held through times where he probably could have transferred and had a better opportunity to get on the court quicker. But instead, he stuck it out, found a way to make his team better, tried to make himself better. And, he loves all these coaches and builds a bond. You build a bond with the community. It goes a long way. I mean, if he does come back for a 6 year or whatever, I mean, then he could be the only one probably in college basketball.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I wish we could have. I enjoyed your wife posting on Facebook the speech you gave the other night. I mean, he certainly enjoys a crowd. It was
interesting.
Final thing, you obviously know basketball. Hasn't been, it's been an up and down year for this team, but 3 in a row here, a big week this week going into the conference tournament. But what do you make of the chances this team has of doing some damage here down the stretch?
We have all the tools, right? DA's playing at a level I think we thought he would early on. He obviously came into us with a little injury, and I think now you're kind of seeing a player we were hoping early on. If we can keep him going, keep Fielder playing, I didn't play his best game the other night, but when those two are going, then you throw in Meadow and Buchanan, and then you throw in RJ and Peanut and Neto. It's times we got a nice squad that we can make a serious run. And if we get to the tournament, which I think we can do some damage. I mean, we've shown we can play with anybody. We have size, we have athletic ability, we got toughness, we got, older guys that have been there and done it. We just need that shot, and I think we can put a little streak together here. Hopefully tonight we start that, and we roll into the Mountain West tournament and do it again.
Well, Richard, appreciate you for coming on, man.
Sir,
thanks a lot. Been great to get to know you. Hopefully we're sitting here doing this interview a year from now as well, because it's been fun getting to know your family and RJ, and it should be hopefully a fun next couple of weeks here. So enjoy it tonight, and we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, we appreciate all the support you guys give us.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Richard Keane, there he is. Nice enough to join us here on Bronco Nation News. And big one tonight for Boise State. RJ Keane will be in the starting lineup and be a big part of that tonight, and got to be cool for mom and dad to be part of this. If you're joining us late, I guess I have to say this 20 times. I just have a slight cold. And yes, I'm the weirdo in the arena wearing a mask, but there's no issue. I don't have COVID. There's no problems. I wouldn't be here if it was anything serious. I'm just trying to be extra cautious to make sure none of the players' parents or players or coaches or other media members or those around me, any of you that come up and say hello, just want to make sure nobody gets sick before the conference tournament or anything. So just being extra cautious here. So no worries, and I'm just trying to be extra cautious, and that's kind of why I'm going with the mask tonight. But RJ is a Bronco legend, period. Richard knows his stuff. Sounds like he'd be a good commentator. Let's thank a few more sponsors here while we're waiting for our next guest, John Buchanan. Javen Buchanan's dad, supposed to roll over here in a couple minutes. Really looking forward to that one. But Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com, the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family, we appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News. The Cantina Crunchy Chicken Taco. I had it the other night at John Mallory's recommendation. It was tremendous. Check it out. Treasure Valley Taco Bell location. And if the Broncos get to 83 tonight, take your ticket stub for a free taco at a Treasure Valley Taco Bell location. The Blue and Orange Store online, theblueandorangestore.com. The Blue and Orange Store online at theblueandorangestore.com. Check them out at the Blue and Orange Store online, theblueandorangestore.com. The best Boise State gear, the best prices. The official in-venue provider of Boise State merchandise is the Blue and Orange Store. Hey, we'll pick our Signature Roofing scoreboard update. We'll show you all the games that are going on afterwards tonight. Signature Roofing online at mysignatureroofing.com. Whether it's a re-roof, or repair, an estimate, or an inspection, check out Signature Roofing online at mysignatureroofing.com. You can leave us a voicemail as well, speakpipe.com. 5 games in the Mountain West tonight on the scoreboard update. 5 Mountain West games going on tonight. And a couple big ones, couple of games that should be kind of sleepers, to be honest. But you got Nevada at Wyoming as a pick somehow. That was an interesting one. You got this one here in Boise, and then you got Utah State at UNLV as well. We bring in Nathan Carroll for a couple minutes. May have to boot you whenever we see John Buchanan come over, Nathan. But appreciate you for coming by. This is hopefully going to be one of those classic fun nights here at ExtraMile Arena.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this place normally gets packed out for these San Diego State games. And, I think we saw, I'm sure you've talked about it, but I think last ticket update was under 500.
Under 200, I think I saw,
yeah. 200, yeah. So it's should be a great environment tonight. Really looking forward to it. I tweeted it, but when ExtraMile Arena gets full, it gets rocking. It's a ton of fun to be here. It is a very good college basketball venue, and we'll see if Bronco Nation shows up tonight, and see if Boise State gives the fan base something to cheer about. But hoping that's the case, and not a ton of fans in yet. But as we've learned, I think this season, Boise State Bronco Nation can be a little late to the party. Like I remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago, like right before tip-off, there was like 5,000 people in here. I was like, man, it might be a rough crowd tonight. And then by the time we were 5 minutes into the game, there was probably 8,000 people. Somehow everyone rolled in right as tip-off happened. So, looking forward to it. Should be a good one. And as always, likely the last game here at ExtraMile Arena for the season. So,
I don't see any way this team would go to the NIT. I really don't. But.
Yeah, I don't either. But I'm saving myself, so someone can't come back and clip me and point out, oh, you said it'd be the last one, and they got a home game in the NIT. But
John Buchanan, on my way, just parked. All right, get in here, John. We're ready for you. Let's go. Come on, John. He's enjoying a couple extra Sun Cruisers, I guess.
There you go.
What do you make of the matchup? We obviously know the triple overtime game in the first meeting, and obviously two teams kind of playing for something different at different ends of the spectrum here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. For Boise State, playing for seeding, trying to get up to that 6th seed, and for San Diego State, trying to win a conference championship. Slightly different standards there, but it's an interesting matchup for Boise State. Something we've seen that Leon Rice do at San Diego State in recent seasons is he just lets it fly from 3. I think it was the San Diego State game in the Mountain West tournament last year that it was like 11 of their first 13 shots were from 3, something along those lines. We saw Boise State execute a similar game plan against Fresno State. worked out in large part because of Javen Buchanan's brilliant performance in that game. So it's an interesting matchup where it probably just comes down to, can Boise State hit threes? If the Broncos are able to knock down threes, if they take a ton, then they're probably in good position. And if they don't, it's could be a rough go for the Broncos.
I'll tell you what, man. There's one thing about San Diego State. You don't have to tell me any player on the roster, nothing. When you see them come jogging out, man, they certainly look the part every single time.
They look good getting off the bus. I was waiting to come over here, and they shield off the tunnel when they come through. So I'm just standing there walking them go by one by one.
And I'm sure you just tower over all of them.
Yeah. It's impressive how short these guys are. No, I'm joking. I'm 6'2", I'm 6'2", 6'3", like a lot of guys. If they're guards, I stand next to them, and we're similar height. But yeah, I mean, everyone on the roster, the thing that stands out is the length. Like all these guys, it feels like their arms go down past their knees. Like it just feels like they all have 10-foot wingspans. But you're right. They always look good coming off the bus. They always have really great athletes. And, that's why I think part of why Leon Rice's game plan in recent years has been, let's take threes. Let's try to eliminate some of their length advantage in the paint. And we'll see if they pull out a similar game plan tonight. And if they do, we'll see if it works out.
Nathan, the glue guy of BNN, I totally agree. Yeah. I found out on Saturday that mixing a little bit of Dayquil and a couple of Sun Cruisers didn't go too well on Saturday night. So I've been and my cold has continued to get worse. So the last couple of days I've been struggling here, Nathan. You held it together for us during that broadcast the other night, and kind of always at the ready when we need you, man. So I really appreciate that. And that was fun, man, getting to hear from all those guys the other night.
Yeah, a ton of fun. If you didn't get the chance to go back, if you didn't see it live, I think it's genuinely going back and rewatching the game to see the interviews with them. And I mean, again, if you're a Bronco basketball fan, you've got Chandler Hutchison, Derek Marks, Tyson Dagenhart, along with Ryan Watkins and Max Rice. Like those first three guys are maybe the three best players in program history. Like
I still don't know why we couldn't hear Leon or David, or they could hear you but not me. I don't know.
Hopefully there's no issues with that tonight. Hopefully they'll be able to hear you in the postgame press
All right,
conference.
Let's get John Buchanan in here, Javen's dad, and maybe we'll catch up with you in a few minutes, man.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Thanks a lot, man. We're going to have John Buchanan join us here. Javen Buchanan's dad is going to come up here real quick. Appreciate him. Matt Bauscher Real Estate, #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. We appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News, and whether it's buying a home, selling a home, Matt Bauscher Real Estate. We appreciate them. BauscherRealEstate.com. Right here. There you go. Element Fencing, decks, pergolas, fences, 25-plus years, cedar, wrought iron, vinyl. If you're looking for a fence, Element Fencing has you covered. ElementFencing.com. And Ridley's Family Markets, shop Ridley's.com. 13 locations in the state of Idaho, surrounding states as well. Check out Ridley's Family Markets, again, online at shopridleys.com. Maybe the biggest celebrity in the crowd tonight, John Buchanan, joins us. You're here, man. You made it.
Hey, glad to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you for coming on. I got a little bit of a cold, so I'm being safe with the mask here. But
I see that.
I'm all good. Appreciate you, man. What's it been like being in Boise these couple days?
Oh, it's been great, man. Get to spend time with Javen. Last time I was here was the Corbin game in his first season. The season opener was the home opener was the Corbin.
Okay.
And I haven't been here since. I let Mom do the traveling.
Okay.
But it was good. We've been able to go to his house and out to eat, out to breakfast, move around, look at the mountains. It's been fun.
Tell us, I know you work the night shift, right? Tell us what you do back home.
I'm a security guard of a trailer manufacturing company. And so I work the midnight shift. I work midnight to 8 a.m., but that's why it's 11 a.m. when you come on in Indiana.
So right before you go to bed, you stay up to watch us. But you do get to watch most of the games then, right?
Oh, yeah. We're going to watch the games no matter what, because I can sit there and watch it at work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is this? You've obviously really bought into this, whether it's our shows or whatever. What's it been like for you watching your son kind of go from NAIA basketball to be doing this at the D1 level here on national TV?
It's been real. He worked hard. He wanted to prove himself that he could play at a higher level, and he's been showing it. The support, like he said, he forgot to tell you he went to Loyola Chicago before he went anywhere.
Okay. But to turn down Texas Tech, man, that has to say a lot about him as a person.
I seen that facility at Texas Tech, And I automatically wanted him to go there just for the glitz and glamour of it all.
Well, I heard the paycheck was pretty nice, too.
Yeah, but don't nobody want to be in the middle of Lubbock, Texas like that. You know what I mean? In the middle of the desert, and that's the only thing there. And plus, he didn't get his vibe, you know.
Yeah.
He vibed right here. He went on and took that visit he was committed to, but his mind was pretty much made up before he even went.
You're getting a lot of positive comments on here. Awesome to see John on. Respect Mr. Buchanan. Love Papa Buchanan.
Hey.
Now, who's Spencer? Is that your brother?
Spencer's my brother.
Okay.
He's my big brother.
He's back home watching?
Yep, he's holding it down in Lafayette.
Okay.
Sipping
It seems like you guys, there you go, and I always appreciate you for that, but it seems like you guys, the whole family's kind of embraced this, and you have big watch parties and stuff.
We do, and everybody in Lafayette, you're our Bronco connection.
Well, appreciate that.
We
That's
can't
nice of you to say,
get
man.
this anywhere else.
I appreciate you saying that. What do you make? I know he's had some injuries and things, and it's been kind of an up and down 2 years here, but he's certainly playing well right now.
Yeah, I like to see it. He just works hard, and you know, he's just a humble guy that he's going to take pride in his work and everything. But like he said, he's not worried about his stats. He's worried about helping the team win. You know, some games he might get 5 points. Some games he might get in the teens. Had a big game the other night, and he was due for a breakout. He's been inching up that way.
Yeah. What do you make about the game tonight, man? Aztecs.
Hey, the way we lost that in Viejas in 3 overtimes, this game is definitely winnable, and they want it bad. They want to redeem themselves from that loss.
No doubt.
And I don't see them losing tonight. I really don't.
What I kind of asked you this earlier, but how proud are you as a dad, man, to see your son grow up and become kind of the person and the player that he is?
Man, I'm so proud. Couldn't be more prouder. He's put his work in. He dedicated to the sport. He used to play baseball, football, and basketball.
Was he good at football or baseball?
Yes, he was good at both of them.
Wow, okay.
He was smacking home runs. He played first base. And football, when he was younger, he played like a safety, some quarterback. But then he went to like a defensive end, and, you know, he was good. There was a time they had him on the O-line because he was a short, chubby kid, wondering if he was ever going to grow.
Wow.
And now he's the tallest one in the family besides Uncle Spin.
There you go. So what's next? I mean, obviously he's going to try to play pro ball.
Yeah, you know, we really don't talk about it because he wants to stay in the moment. He says after the season's over, then we'll get down to some serious discussions.
Okay.
But he's focused on Boise State right now.
Now, I know you said the people out here are so nice. You met a season ticket holder that helped you out.
Yeah. You might know him. His name is Travis.
Yeah.
Hotel manager, Holiday Inn.
Okay.
He had a white Bronco hoodie on today, or pullover. And me and my wife were outside out front, and my wife said, "Hell, Broncos," and then it struck up the conversation, and he knew Javen.
And he said, "The room's on me."
Yeah.
How about that? That's pretty cool, man.
And he also said, whenever we come back to town, text him ahead of time.
That's awesome.
So
That's
we'll
really
be here
cool,
for
man.
graduation.
That's awesome. Well, are you going to be – last question for you. Are you going to be emotional tonight, or you feel like you're doing okay right now, but walking out there to center court with your family and your son, what's that going to be like for you? I mean, are you a guy that gets emotional?
Well, I can, but tonight Mom's probably going to be the one teary-eyed, so Daddy got to stand strong. And we'll have our moment when I ain't on camera. I'm just proud of him. I'm just going to stand tall and proud with him.
Well, we always appreciate it, man. Whenever we get that morning show going and you're not in the chat sometimes, we wonder if you're all right. So I
almost missed it the other day because I'm waiting for 11, but I'm here, so it was at 9.
Well, we appreciate you, man. I'd hug you if I could, but
right.
Hope you enjoy it tonight, man. Hope it's a big party back at the hotel afterwards. But
absolutely.
Well, hopefully they can go on a run, and we'll see you in March Madness maybe in a couple weeks.
Man, that'd be so sweet.
Thanks again, John. Appreciate it.
All right. No
there
problem.
he is, John Buchanan. Appreciate him for coming on, one of the stars here. You met Johnny Ballgame, I assume, and everybody here, Nathan. So he's a big star here. We always appreciate Johnny Ballgame. They're now hugging and embracing over here. So, yeah, what a great interview. Humble family, yeah. Well, we appreciate you guys for joining us. It's a big game coming up for Boise State. They're getting ready for the national anthem, getting ready for the senior night festivities. RoePaint.com, ROE Paint.com. Check out RoePaint.com for all your painting needs. 20% off those winter painting projects at roepaint.com, ROE paint.com. Interior, exterior coatings, and all the great things they do there at roepaint.com. Check them out. Hey, transportation compliance service. If you're looking for a new job, they got you covered. How about the trucking industry? Transportation compliance service. Local company helping out folks all over the world get into the trucking industry. Transportation compliance service. We appreciate them for their support. There's 5 games tonight. We'll have our full post-game show. Nathan Carroll will join me for the post-game show, the Jackson's post-game show. But after we're done, come on back and get Tom Moser's opinion. 5 games tonight on another night in the Mountain West coming up after all the games conclude tonight. That late game is Utah State at UNLV, and Boise State needs Utah State to win that to help for the seeding in the conference tournament. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for putting up with my mask. I'm just trying to make sure and be extra cautious here with the cold season that I don't get Johnny or anybody sick sitting by me. So student section's filing in. The clock says 12 minutes, but that's because we have all the senior night stuff happening. Tip-off won't be till 7:10, I believe. Close to a sellout. Should be a fun one. Go subscribe at BroncoNationNews.com. 50% off right now for an annual subscription. Appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Like it, share it on your way out the door, and we'll see you on the post-game show. Bronco Nation News Live. Our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Big one tonight for Boise State. And we got you covered online, Bronco Nation News and BroncoNationNews.com. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the game. We'll see you on the post-game show.